Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to this new episode of HumanityWins.net. This is episode 224 from July the 17th of the year 2023. Today's a Monday. Today's episode is about the egoic mind. So I made it back from my holiday. Thank you very much for waiting for me. I'm sorry there were no episodes last week, but I just felt it was the best way to honor my holiday, my family. Just, it's not a big deal that there were no episodes, honestly. And who knows how much time I had time to think about it and how much time I'm going to do the channel. Who knows? I could be gone next week, in a month, in a year. So in a way, honestly, maybe I make too much of a fuss about it. But for me, it's very important. Because as I share many times, I do consider your time you're giving me by watching this video an honor. It's a true honor for me. So I must respond to that honor with giving you my best. So my best includes telling you everything that is happening with the channel and trying to take your suggestions in place. Like when I opened the Twitter account of the channel last month, and improvements that are going to come with the channel. I'm sure they will, and they will all come from your suggestions and your comments. Please send those emails. My email is always there in the bottom left, hey@humanitywins.net. If you want to be on the show, the invitation is always open. I will take anybody, okay? Anybody. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care. As long as we have a respectful chat and the subject is not negative. I will not dwell into, the world is going, and I truly don't see any sense to talk about that, even if it was true. And so as long as the subject has a positive, neutral spin, and we can have a respectful chat, anyone can come on the show as many times as you like. I would love to have all of you. This show is, sure, it has helped me a lot, okay? A lot is for me. I'm talking about the ego, okay? But I'm truly, this show, I want to make it all about the viewers, okay? So you tell me where we want to go. You tell me when you want to come on the show. You tell me a lot of things. Of course, you have to understand, I'm not going to be making changes just because there's one comment, random comment here and there. Okay, like make all episodes about demons, as those type of requests and stuff like that. That certainly is a good, for example, point that I will mix it up, okay, as I've been doing, and keep you kind of interested. And yes, demons are coming back for sure. Aliens, UFOs, the out there, ghosts, and all that. I've been missing my good friend Adam. He's probably very busy, and I've been missing him a lot. And we haven't been able to be in contact. So Adam is very good for the other stuff. He's much better than me, and he's such a good researcher that I would love for him to come back eventually. And we have many topics we can dwell on: ghosts and dimensions and the ether and demons and monsters and so many things so interesting I can touch. And if you have some kind of passion you want to share, please also come on the show. And as I share, as long as what is mainstream, I don't see any point talking about those things. All right, sorry about that long introduction. The egoic mind. This one's going to be a short one anyway. We're going to watch a video in a few minutes. But this one, for me, I want to share a little story, okay? So the people that are close to me, I've been sharing that I'm deprived for content. The good part is I've been extremely busy with my project. I've been sharing. I mean, I have a life, I have a family, I have my business that demands me. My business is very mature, has been going on for 22 years. It's very mature. I have employees. They kind of take care of me. I have to every day check on them. But my business, let's say, takes 20-30% of my daily time. And the rest, I've been investing in this project, very, very vast project related to cryptos I've been working on that I'm going to share it with you very soon. Okay, we're in the final stages, and I'm going to share it with you very soon. But I'm still, especially in the mornings, I have my processes. I kind of have a long breakfast, and that's when, if Joel from Waking the Future blows something, basically him, to be honest, or Michelle from Truth for Trauma, or Adam from the Sugar Tree Truth. I'm looking out. Those are my 3-4 core channels. I'm looking out for content, but sometimes they go days without anything, so I'm deprived for content. So to make the long story short, I shared episodes a long while ago. I made it was kind of the foundation of the channel. I shared. I could redo them because of course, we're gonna be in constant flux. So maybe I need to go and look at them, rewatch them to see. I made the episodes on what I see as the 4 laws of the universe, given by the creator, which are the law of non-interference, which in a nutshell is you must accept all interference and not give out any interference to anything or anyone, okay, through your own free will. So your free will ends when you're interfering, basically. Some say it, your free will ends when others start. Yeah, different words, same meaning, okay? Basically, you cannot go and destroy the world. You cannot go and interfere with others. You cannot go naked out there in the streets because you're interfering. Oh, I like to be naked. Yes, but we live in a society that that's not liked. So you need to adjust to that. So the second law is the law of balance. This beautiful law basically works with the law of non-interference and the law of free will working together. The law of balance is we all get a chance, okay? But we're all equally beautiful, deserving, wonderful, powerful. Not anyone is not above anyone else. But also, by design, you are not below anyone else. So the law of balance destroys the concept of governments. The law of balance destroys the concept of hierarchies. The law of balance destroys the concept of one being working for another. And you see, I didn't mention human, generally speaking, one being one universal being working for another, okay, like they were second-class citizens. That doesn't work, okay? So I share, some people say, how is it going to be in the future if we apply these laws? Who's going to serve me at the restaurant? That's why I say robots, because robots are not beings, they're artificial. And we can make technology work for us, okay? So the third law is the law of free will. That's also a great law, a beautiful law. Basically says you get to choose your existence. You get to choose your experiences. You get to choose as long as you respect the law of balance and as long you don't cheat, you don't take shortcuts, you don't put yourself above others, etc. You don't go in a line and go to the front of the line and say you're busy and say whatever and say a lie just to get to the front of the line. You make the line as everyone else because you're equally important. Your time is equally important to everyone else. And also your free will extends until you start interfering. That's when it stops. Okay. So for example, say I wanna be naked. I wanna shout when no one is shouting in a restaurant and stuff like that. That's where your free will ends. Okay. You have to understand when you start bothering others, that's where your free will ends. But I wanted to share this because also on this episode, I made an episode on the ego and the self. And yes, my feelings about the ego and the self have evolved in this year and something I made these core episodes. I mean, I remember the Laws of the Universe were episodes 11, 12, 13, and 14, maybe something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's in the tens. Okay, so you will have to go really back. I want to clarify, all episodes are on both BitChute and Rumble, okay? So if you don't find one, there's a mistake. There was an episode about the channels getting deleted that I didn't feel like rebuilding it. That's an old story. That's not important. There was another episode about a short announcement that didn't make it as well. I mean, all relevant stories and episodes are on the channel. So you just have to go back. And in that 10 to 20, there's also the episode of the ego and the self. And how I felt at the time was there was just one ego and one self. I still believe there's only one self. That's attached to your spiritual existence. That's attached to your existence, to your summations of your experiences. It's like the book, the self, okay? And your experiences are the chapters, okay? But also, I feel now there's an eternal ego that goes with you that only leaves us when we finally become a beacon of love and guidance. We become our best version. Then we're pure self. We don't need that ego anymore. And that ego is beautiful. This is not related to the egoic mind. That ego, that spiritual ego, is like a reminder to the self when it gets a little bit excited, okay? When it says, hey, I've been going on for a while. I've been clearing my karma. I've been learning my stories. I've becoming a better being. You know what? I'm getting there, no? The ego says, you know what, self? We're still a work in progress. You know what? Look at the mirror. We're still ways to go. So don't get overexcited. So I think that ego is a good reminder to the self. That's a good ego, by the way. I want to clarify that. It's nothing to do with I'm important. No. Just an ego to say, hey, self, don't get overzealous, overexcited. We still have ways to go. And I think that's the beautiful ego. And it's a sad thing we have to depart from it. But because when we get to become a beacon of love and guidance, what mainstream will tell you, an angel, a star, or something, just energy out there in the universe, you don't get to have more experiences after that. You're eternally beautiful and just assisting as energy in total ecstasy. That ego we have to depart with, okay? Because he has no purpose anymore. That ego is not going to remind us as a star, as hey, we're not there. Yes, you're there. You're there. You made it. Okay, but also the self is going to be so wise that it's not going to get overzealous or break any rules or anything like that. And as you are imperfect, as you're going to your perfection, yes, the self could get in trouble actually, and could think, for example, that, hey, I have all these powers, let me use them maybe because I'm still imperfect. And that's when the ego comes in, and they make a great team, okay? I see the ego as the Sancho Panza. You know this story that is the companion, the ugly companion, but it's not really ugly, it's beautiful. Okay, but that's the spiritual ego. Okay, now we have to go into the egoic mind. That's an implanted ego. That doesn't exist. What you see in your screen, in your mind, ego, that's artificial. Okay, that comes from the system. That's a very unfortunate fact of this modern life, this artificial, tainted, fake existence we have right now in three-dimensional Earth, in physical Earth, and it's implanted, and it's everything. I mean, I could go here. This episode could go for hours. Okay, if I say everything, hey, you know what? I need to be better than my neighbor, and hey, you know what? Your neighbor just bought a new car, so you better go and check your credit to see, because you're not going to be left behind. Oh, don't start me with social networks or whatever. All of them: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, even Twitter. I guess Twitter is the better of them, I think, because there's not so evident competition. Okay, it's like you're an altered persona out there in Twitter. But the main ones, you have your friends and you're like kind of competing, that's all ego, okay? That's all ego. And the story I just shared at the beginning of the show, of this person saying, hey, I was invited to a project and I went and checked them out, and they're individually crap, basically. That's what I said in a different word. And but then I decided to join, and we fixed a few things, and they worked hard, and at the end, as a team, they're great with my direction, but individually, they're still crap. That's all the ego, okay? That's basically saying, hey guys, I'm so smart that I fix a group of people that they're crap, okay? But with me, they're not crap anymore. So that's the ego, my friend. That's the ego, that's the implanted ego, that's not the spiritual ego. It wasn't work. The spiritual ego doesn't believe or is not concerned about competition or your neighbor or your family friend or your family member, or if you have money, if you don't have money, if you're air quotes successful, whatever the hell that means. I mean, you're at peace today, live, enjoying this life, you're successful, okay? You're free. I don't have a bill in my pocket. That's a different thing, okay? They have built this theory that you have to be successful, you need to have a lot of money, and then what's a lot of money is more money than most people. You're the 1-2%, whatever. All ego, all the egoic mind. Okay? So basically, how do you deal with the egoic mind? You forget about it. You stop whenever the egoic mind, because I have an egoic mind, I want to share with it. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being in this reality. We all have an egoic mind, and all day I have to deal with my ego. But you know what I've been doing differently is I'm trying to teach my egoic mind, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I know you sound like the boss because you dictate to me what I should be doing and what should I be concerned about, and how hard I should be working to be better than others, because that's the thing, being better than others and having more money than others and being more air quotes successful than others, so others the out there can like me and they can pamper you, egoic mind. I just said, you know what, egoic mind, I'm the boss. So thank you for your comments. And you know what? Thanks. No thanks. I also shared recently, you have been in the channel for a few months, that one of my sons, he was in the hospital. Okay, that was around end of April. And when he was in the hospital, there was one particular night after he was operated, he was in intensive care. And no, his life was not in danger, but he was having tachycardia. He was having a racing heart from time to time. And we could listen to the monitors go off when his heart was going. And it was all night. My wife and I were there in the waiting room, and it was one of my worst days, of course, or possibly my worst day in my life and my worst night. And I share this story because the egoic mind was going all the time. That was the egoic mind. Oh my God, another time, another alert. His heart went up all the way to 150. Oh my God, this happened again. This is the third time, this and that. And I was constantly fighting it. Okay. Like telling me, this is not looking good. Just brace yourself. This is not looking good. Okay. I'm sorry. Analytical, when you're getting with numbers, with things, this is happening. This is the fourth time it happens. This is the sixth time it happens. And I had to constantly fight it. Constantly fight it. The egoic mind is there. I think whoever says, I don't have any ego, first of all, you have the spiritual ego that's always there, unless you are a star, you're an angel. And if you're talking to us like that directly, I don't think that's possible. But also, I believe in this reality, we all have the egoic mind. We all have the egoic mind. The issue is how to deal with it. Okay, not really try to get rid of it. It's not possible. It's just part of the implantation. I mean, I think you cannot exist with your egoic mind, but you can certainly work in it and be free of it. And that's why this episode really, it's going to be so beautiful for me, because it's these kind of short episodes. I give you a couple of breadcrumbs, which I think are so important. And one is deal with your egoic mind. But deal with your egoic mind, not being upset all the time and shutting it up. Like I was that night. I was afraid. I was sad. There were so many things. I was concerned. I mean, and for me, it was such a drain of energy having to deal with my egoic mind. Okay. But what you can do day to day is whenever your egoic mind creeps up and says, "Oh, did you see your friend here on Facebook?" First of all, if you can get off all of those things, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter again is kind of the better one. I cannot, not because humanity wins is in Twitter, it's because Twitter, I don't feel that competition out there in Twitter, okay? But certainly the TikTok, who has the more views, who has the more likes, who has, the nicer video, people dancing, people sharing funny stuff. It's just competition, okay? So your egoic mind is going to prize you. If you get, 10,000 views, 100,000 views, 1 million subscribers, whatever, your egoic mind is, wow, you're a great creator and that, okay? All your egoic mind. You don't really need any validation from the out there. You don't really need any of that. You only need you, and be free and comfortable with you. Okay? I'm not saying be a loner. No, that's what I'm trying to say is you don't need the pampering of the out there. You don't need, truly, believe me, you don't need, that's all to feed the egoic mind. The fake ego, the artificial ego that only functions, like the picture in your screen right now, only exists and functions in your mind. Trust me, it's not in your heart, it's not in your legs, it's not anywhere, it's not in your spirit for sure. Because again, there's an ego there, but it has a whole different purpose. Okay? I'm sorry for the spiritual ego that I have to share the name with the artificial implanted egoic mind, but the spiritual ego has just a function in it. It's with you all through your path of imperfection, and it just to remind itself when it gets ahead of itself and says, "Hey, self, we still have ways to go." Okay, so don't get overexcited. That's the only purpose of the beautiful spiritual ego. Okay, so let's watch a very short video. This is kind of the best I could find on what I'm trying to say. This is kind of mainstreamish. And then I'm going to give you my final thoughts, because really I have said what I wanted to say. I could go on for hours talking about this. But really the main thing, and I'm going to save it for final thoughts, is this suggestion that you work with your ego in a way to share with it that you're the boss. So let's watch the video together, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts.
Whenever I run into a spiritual crisis, my way of dealing with it is to go out and buy another spiritual book, which I don't read. But next time I run into another spiritual mud bath, I go out and buy another book. In fact, I buy several at one time. So, which gives you a clue to the nature of the mind, as you know. It's all about the self. I'm talking about the egoic mind. And so that egoic mind has no idea what the possible human is. Or at least it thinks that the possible human is just the wanting something. Now, in this culture, we've made that into an ideology. We made that into a science. We made it into a philosophy of life. So that the North American belief, or the belief of any materialistic society, but particularly capitalist society, is that the nature of the human being is to be selfish, to be acquisitive, to be aggressive, and to be competitive. And this is who we actually are. And you know what? Scientists will actually find for you the selfish gene. There's even a book written with that title. Now, that's not science, it's ideology. But it's an emanation of that egoic mind, the same egoic mind that sits there saying, when is it going to be my turn? I could complain. Why can't I have that experience that other people have had of the being and the presence and the stillness and the unity and all the beauty? Or I could actually notice that I've never stayed still long enough for that to happen. I've not trained my mind in that particular way. And that's, of course, I'm so excited to work with Sadhguru in this course, because I can see right away that it'll get me out of my mind. Out of your mind is supposed to be a bad thing. What are you, out of your mind? Thank God I'm out of my mind, finally, And so I do get that it's not about what anybody else will teach me. And it's not about what I'm going to teach you either. So when it comes to addictions or any other problem we're facing, it doesn't do to look for the solutions on the outside. That's a clue. It doesn't look for the solution from the outside. There are no solutions from the outside. The medical profession exemplifies that to the nth degree. Because what we basically do as physicians is we would take addicted people or depressed people or anxious people. And not for a moment do we believe that they have the truth within themselves. Not for a moment do we believe that the healing power resides in us all. Not for a moment do we have any idea how to encourage, invigorate, and empower that healing capacity that we all have. What we do instead is we replace one pharmaceutical with another. For your depression, here's the pill. Now, and I'm not even saying that I'm against pills for depression. I've taken them myself and they've really helped me. But they're never the solution. They're not the answer. At the very best, they buy you some time. But then we stop there. We think this is it. The solution is, you have a problem, here's something from the outside. Take this, and then you'll be okay.
Okay, as I said, that was kind of the best I could find. And I really think it's, you know, I don't agree with everything. It's very difficult that we agree with a full video. This is just a clip from a longer video. But I like what they say at the end. The gentleman says there at the end. I like what he said about materialism, how the mind is really working into pushing you, or saying, hey, you're being left behind. Hey, you need to do better. Hey, the competition. That's all implanted, and that's part of the egoic mind. But also the concept of the quick solutions. Okay, going to the pills at the end. Hey, I'm depressed. I want a pill. Because again, I don't want to address when I'm depressed, which is the root cause. I want the pill chemically, the fast solution, the easy solution, will just get chemically my imbalance created by an emotional and probably spiritual imbalance is addressed through a fast way, through a shortcut. Okay. So honestly, I don't agree with the gentleman who says, yes, I've taken them. Yes, I know, but you know, there are no solutions. So you know it, so you cannot endorse it. When you have a problem with your egoic mind, with depression, with anxiety, with, you know, with feeling not worthy, all of that's through the egoic mind. Nothing has to do with the spirit, please. It's your experience, it's your human experience, okay? And until you address why you feel like that, and my only possible, without even knowing your situation, okay? And you can tell me it's financially difficult. I understand. Okay, I understand. Yes, money is such a difficult thing to deal with. It irks me because money is such a difficult in this reality too. And yes, it can depress people, it can break people. But still, even if you have money issues, you can go and try and attempt every day to be free. And something beautiful from the video, by the way, was when he mentioned out of your mind. Are you out of your mind? He made a joke about that. Great. And I call that clearing your mind. And I said, if you clear your mind and your egoic mind is at zero, and suddenly you're in the present moment, and I don't know, someone you hate, let's say you hate people of a different color or ethnicity or religion. And if this person presents, you don't know what's happening there. Your egoic mind doesn't have any information to make you upset, to make you belligerent, to make you, you know, angry, to make you evil. You see, evil works through the egoic mind, through the programming of the egoic mind. And so you see this person, and maybe you're going to say, this is my brother or sister. We're the same thing. Oh, wait, I'm black and you're white, and I'm gay and you're straight, and all these divisions, okay? But if you see them, you say, I don't have a problem, like children behave. That's why the children, fortunately enough, their egoic mind is also a childish egoic mind. And it's very difficult that a child, I'm talking 6, 7, 8-year-old, has already been polluted so much that it's going to make those type of judgments and that. So when you start valuing people from what you see, and you basically say, if I see a human being, and even if you saw an extraterrestrial, an alien, or a universal being, because as I share, I believe we're either, most of us, or all of us, were not from here. And you say, there's nothing wrong, and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, okay? Why should I be afraid? All of those implantations, fear comes from the egoic mind. Fear of death. Oh my God, this is the end. No, it's not the end. It's the egoic mind telling you it's the end. Okay. So I could keep going. This is such an interesting subject, but I don't want to, I'm taking into account the comments to try to keep the documentary type episodes short for the entertainment of everyone. I know time is very scarce right now. I feel it. Money, time, such difficult things in this reality. Shelter, food, and all of those, the basic needs. So I'm trying to keep it short. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to my good friend Tony, I'm sure he's watching this. Tony, let's have an episode, you and I, a good 1 hour chat about the egoic mind, because we can dwell into so much of what I just touched the surface here on this one. Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be back. And if everything is okay, I shall be back on Wednesday. Enjoy your Monday with family and friends alone. And if you can, try to be friends to your egoic mind by saying, hey, you know, egoic mind, thanks, but no thanks. I'm the boss, and you serve me, not the other way around. Thank you very much. Have a great day. You honor me. Thank you for being here, and goodbye. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website, www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.